Bruv. No, it's not. Mm-hmm. Damn, dude. Both of them? Both? Both of them gonna do that? All right, man. That's fucking crazy, dude. Okay. All right. Fucking hate this bitch NQ, man. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, what's up, Investor Z? No, I didn't even try. I don't even have an account to I don't have an account to reset, so I didn't try it. I ain't gonna lie, man. The net man, I should have known, but I should have known. I should have known. I should have known. I should have known, man. Should have known. No, it's not. It is they process payments daily, but you get them as soon as the team approves them. They are not daily payouts. So your payouts is the quickness of the payouts from the funded accounts to the live accounts are totally two different things. They are not the same. 88250. Man. Oh man. Okay. Oh, that's for the stupid that's for the stupid I can't even buy an expert plan. All right, man. Oh shit. This is oh damn, I didn't have a oh shit. Oh damn it. Oh damn, I didn't have it. 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 I was actually looking for this area to bounce. All right. All right, we'll see if these fibs are hmm. Yeah, yeah, like this dude, I'm sick and tired of listening to him now. I'm sick and tired of listening to this dude, honestly. Shit, our boy Smith, he got it. He got it. I was sitting there thinking, trusting the Bulls, but of course these Rainbow Bears got me today. They got me. These Rainbow Bears got me. So now I got to try to get this money back. Uh, 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 hmm, 85. Hey, yo, what's up, Trader Golded? What's up? All right, cool. Okay. All right. So I just got my I just hit maximum daily profit on my gold play. I was in I was trying to catch it. So I was in on gold at that pullback right here. Actually, let me see. So I was in on gold at this pullback. So when it pulled back into this range right here, I took the chance on it and I was like, man, I don't know, man. I was definitely because I mean, if we did see a pop, and I was like, man, I don't know, this shit's gonna. I didn't know if it was gonna hold, but especially when it started to range like this. And I was like, man, hopefully I didn't make a mistake. But I just got my target hit, so I took my profits off at this high, and good thing I did. So I'm happy about this trade. I'm happy about that trade. Yo, congratulations, Trader Goated. Congratulations. Well, I got in on the fibs, and so far, so good. So far, so good. What I'm gonna start doing with these fibs is I'm gonna utilize them and I'm gonna combine them with market structure. I can't throw away all that years of work with market structure, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like these fibs are kind of it's gonna make trading price action kind of obsolete. Honestly, that's my concern, and I think that's probably why for the longest time I kind of avoided it. But I think it's gonna make price action obsolete. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, shit, it bounced perfectly at this 23%. That's no surprise. It rejected perfectly after it broke the 23%, and it rejected from it. So that wasn't a damn surprise. Um, yeah, that just answers that question. Uh, Honestly, I don't see why he would go short. I mean, overall, the market is super bullish. Why the hell are you looking for shorts? I mean, people just took profits at the highs. I mean, we still got this trend line, I guess. People just took profits at the highs. I figured that we'll see if we could see a rejection right here, actually. We could see a rejection and they could knock it all the way back down to 720. They could from this area right here. But if we can get a break above 805 and a hold, then yeah, I should get these two targets hit right here. I should get them hit. All right, let's look at gold because Nasdaq ain't. I'm not gonna. Trump is about to speak. I mean, he's the president of the United States. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's definitely not rocket science. Trump is the president of the United States, so if he says something, it's going to influence the markets.
As you know, they've been in war essentially for forever, but over the last 10 years, they've been very difficult for other countries. Nobody was able to do what we did, but they stopped, and we take their word for it. Their surrogates and them directly said, we don't want to do this anymore. And so we were satisfied with that. In addition, yesterday we achieved a total reset with China after productive talks in Geneva. Both sides now agreed to reduce the tariffs imposed after April 2nd to 10% for 90 days as negotiators continue on the larger structural issues. And I want to tell you that a couple of things. First of all, that doesn't include the tariffs that are already on, that are our tariffs, and it doesn't include tariffs on cars, steel, aluminum, things such as that, or tariffs that may be imposed on pharmaceuticals, because we want to bring the pharmaceutical businesses back to the United States, and they're already starting to come back now based on tariffs. Because they don't want to pay 25, 50, or 100% tariffs, so they're moving them back to the United States. I spoke to Tim Cook this morning, and he's going to, I think, even up his numbers, $500 billion. He's going to be building a lot of plants in the United States for Apple, and we look forward to that. I really do look forward to that.
We're going to get this next target hit. There we go, baby.
The talks in Geneva were very friendly. The relationship is very good. We're not looking to hurt China.
There we
China
go,
was being
baby.
hurt very badly. They were closing up factories. They were having a lot of unrest. And they were very happy to be able to do something with us. And the relationship is very, very good. I'll speak to President Xi maybe at the end of the week. We have some other things we're doing. But one of the biggest things that we're doing, and I don't know if people realize this, but we made a great deal with China, great trade deal, but it was a much bigger deal originally, and then they canceled it right in the last day. Some of you faces I remember were there when that happened. I remember you. And we had a deal where they opened up their country to trade with the United States, and they took that away at the last moment, and then I canceled the whole thing, and then 6 months later we ended up doing a smaller deal, but it was a big deal. It was $50 billion worth of product that they were going to purchase from our farmers, et cetera. And we agreed to that. People thought it was 15 because they were doing 15. We made it 50 because I misunderstood the 15. I said, you got to get 50. Because when I asked, if you remember the story, when I asked, what are we doing with them? My Secretary of Agriculture at the time, Sonny Perdue, said, sir, it's about 15 billion and we're asking for 15. And I thought he said 50.
7, 4,
so I said, so they came back with the deal at 15, and I said, no way, I want 50, because you said 50. They said, sir, we didn't say that anyway. Bottom line, I said, go back and ask for 50, and they gave us 50. And they were honoring the deal, and we would call them up a lot for the corn and for the wheat and for everything. They were honoring the deal, and then when Biden got in, they no longer honored the deal. There was nobody to call. I would call on an average of once every 2 weeks to say, come on, you have to speed it up a little bit. And our farmers were doing great. I said to them, buy more land and bigger tractors, if you remember. That's what happened. But the deal was a very good deal. But the best part of the deal was that we opened up China. China agreed to open itself up to American business to go in. And it would have been a great thing, I think, for China. They would be able to see things that they haven't seen. They would be able to buy products that they had never been able to buy. Would have been great for American business. I think it would have brought unity between China, better unity between China and the United States. And the bottom line is that they canceled it the last day. We were all set to sign it, and then I went a little bit angry. I got a little angry. I said, they canceled the deal. The deal was done. It was all ready to be signed, and people went over, they came back to me, sir, they don't want to sign the opening up China. Well, the biggest thing that we're discussing is the opening up China, and they've agreed to do that, but it's going to take a while to paper it. You know, that's not the easiest thing to paper. But that's the single, I think, to me, some people would disagree. Some people would say we're getting a lot of money with tariffs or whatever, but, you know, especially when you add what we already have, because remember, we're already getting the 50% on steel and different things. That's not included in these numbers, so you can add that. But the biggest thing to me is the opening up. It would be, I think it would be fantastic for our businesses if we could go in and compete with China. It would be a lot of jobs for China. It would be, I think, at a time when they can frankly use the jobs. And that's what we're talking about. So that's a very, very important element to add. So when Scott I watched him speak the other day, and I think he didn't want to say it, but I said, it's okay to say it. Look, if we don't get it, we don't get it. But if we don't get it, it won't be a positive thing. But if we do get it, I think it's maybe the most important thing to happen. Because if you think about it, we opened up our country to China. They come, we don't, I mean, they have very few restrictions. And they didn't open their country to us. Never made sense to me. It's not fair. And they've agreed to open China, fully open China. And I think it's going to be fantastic for China. I think it's going to be fantastic for us. And I think it's going to be great for unification and peace. China will also suspend and remove all of its non-monetary barriers. They've agreed to do that. Well, they're very numerous. But again, to me, the biggest thing that came out of that meeting is they've agreed. Now we have to get it papered, but they've agreed to open up China. It's going to be great for everybody.
Yeah, this shit's about to drop, man.
Very happy to announce that
hopefully this level can hold,
Idan
man.
Alexander,
It'll be
an
nice if we
American
can just get a
citizen who,
push.
until recently, most thought was no longer living, thought was dead, is going to be released in about 2 hours, actually. And he's going to be released before the eyes of Steve Witkoff, who's done a fantastic job. I just, you know, I know a lot of people that have a lot of talent. I know Steve, he had a lot of talent. But I know a lot of people with a lot of talent, but there's one that I thought had a special way about him, special personality. Aside from being a good deal maker, had a special way about him, and it was Steve. Knew very little about the
Hopefully that was
subject
just a
matter.
liquidity sweep right there.
But
And we
he
can
learned
see
it
a
in about
push
2
higher.
hours.
I mean, I'm still looking at
He's been fantastic.
this little range
I wanna
right
just
here.
Thanks, Steve. But they're going to be releasing.
We got the
Idan
EMAs, the bears trying to push this damn thing
2
at the
hours from
EMAs.
now, or
I'm just watching these
sometime today,
EMAs,
let's
and
say.
unfortunately,
they
I
thought he
think
was
for my
dead just
position,
a
it might
short
be
while ago.
done.
His parents are so
Hopefully
happy.
not. Hopefully I'm wrong
so
here. Hopefully we
happy.
can see a
So
strong
it's,
close back above
as
this
you know,
EMA right here.
Idan's, the only American citizen
all right.
captured.
All right. Hopefully we can see a big,
held
strong green
hostage
candle
by
here, closing right above those
Hamas since
EMAs.
October 7th, 2023.
That would be nice.
And he's coming home to his parents, which is really great news. I mean, to me, it's big news. They thought he was dead. So that's that. So we'll be heading there, and we'll be seeing 3 primary countries. You know all about that: Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar. On Thursday's meeting with Russia and Ukraine is very important. I was very insisted that meeting take place. I think good things can come out of that meeting. Stop the bloodshed of the horrible, it's a bloodbath. But that 5,000 more, it's really much more, I'm trying to be conservative, more than 5,000 soldiers. Russian, they're not American soldiers, they're from Russia, they're from Ukraine, but they're people. They're human souls, and they're being killed at levels that we haven't seen since the Second World War. And it's every week. A lot of drone fighting. It's a whole new form of warfare, and it's violent and vicious. And,
yeah, I will agree.
But that's it. I'd like to go back
killing
to China
somebody
just for
from
a second.
let me rephrase that. Taking someone's life from a remote area.
20% for
yeah,
the fact that they send fentanyl into our country.
It just turns taking human life as it just turns it into a video game.
Be rewarded by not having to pay.
It turns it into a video game.
Hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs. So the fentanyl should stop. It comes from China. It's amazing. And comes through our southern border, comes through our northern border too, comes through Canada, and comes through our southern border, much more through the southern border. But so that's a very important subject to me, because everybody in this room has lost friends or people that have family members that have died of fentanyl. So there's a big incentive for China to stop, and I take them at their word. They're going to work on that, I think, very hard. And one thing, when they work on something, they get it done. So now I'm about to depart on a historic visit. Some of you are going with us to, as I said, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and United Arab Emirates. Before I do, I'll sign one of the most consequential executive orders in our country's history. I don't think there's ever been anything signed like this, certainly not with respect to health care, nothing even close. I'm delighted to be joined on this occasion by Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's doing a really good job. I have to tell you that.
805 is going to be that level
CMS
for the Bulls,
Administrator,
man.
friend
They
of mine,
gotta
Dr. Mehmet
they gotta kind
Oz,
of have to get back
who
above
is
805 because that looks like a double
an
top.
amazing guy.
You got the 200 EMA,
I was telling Bobby before,
805.
Oz had
Got
a
this
very
range right
successful
here.
show, but it hurt his reputation. Because when you're in show business, it hurts your reputation a little bit. It's good for you.
Hopefully we
it's
can
good for
get
you, but
price to
in
come
terms of
right back up above
professionalism and
this
being
range.
a doctor, it sort of hurts your reputation. This guy went to the best schools, was the best, I mean, top of the line. Then he did a television show, became a success, made a lot of money, all that stuff, but it sort of hurt him. And you know who I compare that to? I hate to say this, but a special woman, Janine Pirro. She was the toughest, smartest DA, maybe in our countries, in our cities and states, history, New York. She was really tough, really sharp. Then she did a show, and people didn't think of her quite the same way. She became more of an entertainment person, like Oz. Oz is not an entertainer. He's not really
Oh
an
shit.
entertainer.
Oh
You know
shit.
the real story, and she is.
Oh damn.
She is unbelievable. She was one of the strongest district attorneys.
Oh shit. I did not know that I was in this. Okay.
Highly respected. Very
damn.
tough.
Damn. Okay.
Went after the drug
damn.
dealers at a level that you don't see today anymore.
Oh
And,
man, I did not know I was in
she's
this
going to be.
coach
She's
trade.
given up a tremendous. She's leaving the number one show on cable television, one of the number one shows on television. Period. The Five, but they've got great people left behind. But
Yeah,
she
what's
was
up,
a big
Gangway?
part of it. And so I equated to that. Janine Pirro is unbelievable. FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty McCary, with a reputation that's second to none, and the job he's doing already has been fantastic. Thank you, Marty. And Director of National Institute of Health, Jay Bhattacharya, who has been, as you know, from Stanford, so highly regarded, and have all been working with us very hard on this. And the question they would ask, being a little bit new to the government aspect of it, is why doesn't somebody fight the drug price situation, meaning equalization? There's a term, it's called equalization. Nobody wants to mention that term. And I'm not knocking the drug companies. I'm really more knocking the countries than the drug companies, because they're forced to do things. But the drug lobby is the strongest lobby in this country, they say, the drug lobby. It's between that and lawyers.
All right.
And they have a lot of power. But starting today, the United States will no longer subsidize the health care of foreign countries, which is what we would do.
All right. That's what I was looking for, baby.
Countries
but hopefully it doesn't reject here.
A small fraction of what.
Hopefully it doesn't reject here.
That what we pay many, many times more for.
Okay.
And we'll no longer tolerate profiteering and price gouging from Big Pharma. But again, it was really the countries that forced Big Pharma to do things that, frankly, I'm not sure they really felt comfortable doing. But they've gotten away with it, these countries. European Union has been brutal. And the drug companies actually told me stories. It was just brutal how they forced them. And European Union suing all our companies, Apple.
All right. Come on, Nasdaq.
Google,
keep on pushing.
Meta. They're suing all of our companies. They end up, they have judges that are European.
I will say that in both of my position, it feels like the longs are going to work, but they're struggling right now, man.
15 billion, 17 billion, 20 billion, and they use that to run their operation. Not going to happen any longer, that I can tell you. So
okay, that's what I'm talking about.
What's been happening is we've been subsidizing other countries throughout the world, not just in Europe, throughout the world. European Union was the most difficult, from what I understand. I mean, I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a businessman, very, very, very top guy. Most of you would have heard of him. A highly neurotic, brilliant businessman, seriously overweight.
All right.
And he takes the fat shot drug. And he called me up and he said, President, he calls me, he used to call me Donald, now he calls me President, so that's nice respect. But he's a rough guy, smart guy, very successful, very rich. I wouldn't even know how we
Come on, baby. Come on. You're right there.
Can I ask you a question?
Don't do that to me.
I'm in London.
Do not do that to me.
And I just paid for this damn fat drug I take. I said, it's not working. They said.
So you got our green? Yo, congratulations on that.
I just paid $88 And in New York, I pay $1,300.
Shit, you know we don't commit blasphemy on this
What the hell is
stream.
going on?
You know
He
we do
said, so
not
I
commit
checked,
blasphemy on this stream.
and it's the same box,
It needs to hit
made
that
in the
target.
same plant by the same
Oh shit!
company.
What the fuck
It's
just
the
happened?
identical pill that I buy in New York. And here I'm paying $88 in London. In New York, I'm paying $1,300. Now, this is a great businessman, but he's not familiar with this crazy situation that we have. But he was stunned. But it was just one of those stories. And I brought it up with the drug companies, represented by somebody who's very, very smart.
Well, at least my gold trade got hit.
And we
All
argued
right, so
about it
we got
for
the
about
gold
half
trade
hour, and then
working.
finally he just said,
Great entry.
they
We
can't
waited for
justify
it. Waited
just
for that
said, "Look,
entry.
You got me.
And now we can see if
I
we
no
can
longer
actually
they've been,
make some more
they've been
money in
justifying
this.
crap for
Honestly,
years. They
I
said,
should.
it's research and development.
Man,
I said, well, research and development, other countries should pay research and development too. It's for their
I'm up
benefit.
$2,800 right
It's just one
now.
of those things. And
I am
the other
$1,000 over
countries
my
would set a
maximum
price,
daily
and they'd meet
profit.
the price, and they'd say, if you don't meet the price, you can't sell it in our country. I said, well, then you walk away, and they'll call you back, and they'll sell it in the country. But now they'll have to do that. So for the first time in many years, we'll slash the cost of prescription drugs, and we will bring fairness to America. Drug prices will come down by much more, really, if you think 59. If you think of a drug that is sometimes 10 times more expensive, it's much more than the 59%. It depends on the way you want to analyze it, but in one way you could analyze it that way. But between 59 and 80, and I guess even 90%. So when I worked so hard in the first
I don't need no reset. So
remember, I was the only one to ever get.
I'll get the account. If they throw up the account, then I'll pay attention to what he's saying. But I don't need no resets. I don't got no account to reset.
60, 70, 80, 90%. But actually more.
Come on, baby, hit that target, baby.
In the way,
hit that target, baby.
And Farmer has to say, we're sorry.
Great gold entry, man. This is why I enjoy trading gold, man. I really do enjoy trading gold.
To these countries that have been
I really
so
do enjoy
tough.
trading gold.
They've been very tough, nasty. It's trade. It's trade.
Said stopped you out on MFF.
And Farmer is also very powerful. And the Democrats have protected.
Okay, I forgot.
The Democrats have protected.
I gotta stop
These
telling
the
gold.
Democrats. And by the way,
that I'm into her.
I just called
because every time I tell her that I'm into her, she pulls back.
House, and I just called the leader.
Every time I start talking nice about gold,
Senate,
she starts
John
to.
Thune, Mike Johnson. Spoke to both
So
of
she's
them.
trying to be nasty
I said,
to me.
when you score, you're going to have to score two things. You're going to have to, number one, score that hundreds of billions of dollars of tariff money is coming in. But even bigger than that,
all right, baby, hit that target, Nasdaq.
Your cost for Medicaid and Medicare, and just basically
show me that you're a team player.
And drugs is going down.
Come on, Nasdaq, stop playing.
That nobody has ever
stop playing.
Seen before. It'll pay for the Golden Dome. I see the Golden Dome is there. See, that'll easily pay for the Golden Dome, and we'll have a lot of money left over. We need the Golden Dome, by the way, in this world. Although this world's a lot safer today than it was a week ago, and a lot safer than it was 6 months ago. We had people that had no clue what they were doing. So today, Americans spend 70% more for prescription drugs than we spent in the year 2000. Think of that. Our country has the highest drug prices anywhere in the world by sometimes a factor of 5, 6, 7, 8 times.
Like I said, I'll let this target get hit,
slightly higher,
and then I got a trail.
6, 7, 8 times.
I'm well above my maximum daily profit for the day.
So that you go 10
well
times
above it.
more expensive for the same drug.
All right, there we go.
Big numbers.
I'm well above my maximum daily profit.
To only 4% of the world's population.
All right.
Pharmaceutical companies make more than 2/3 of their
I'll close my
profits
gold
in America.
trade.
So think of that. With 4%
and
of the
I'll trail. I'll cancel these orders.
The pharmaceutical companies
and
make most
I'll
of
trail
their money,
this.
most of their profits from
I'll
America.
trail it.
That's not a good thing.
I'll trail it. I'll trail
Now, I think, by the way, pharmaceutical. I have great respect for these companies and for the people that run them.
I'm well above it. I'm actually double my maximum daily profit
in history
for today.
their company, convincing people for many years that this was a fair system.
Who says you can't long gold and Nasdaq at the same time? Who says that?
And I figured it out.
Who says that?
For years,
Who says that?
pharmaceutical and drug companies have said that research and development costs were what they are, and for no reason whatsoever, they had to be borne by America alone. Not anymore, they don't. This means American patients were effectively subsidizing
Who
socialist
says you
healthcare
can't go
systems
long on the Nasdaq and gold at the
Germany,
same time?
in all parts of the
All
European
right.
Union. They were the toughest of all. They were nasty. And
All
I
right.
see that. I
So
see that with trade too.
every
European
time we get a
Union
new higher candle, I'm
is
just
in
going to
many ways
trail
nastier than
the
China.
previous candle. I only got
Okay.
3,
And
or why it says I'm only in?
we've
Why
just
does it says
started
I'm in
with them.
5?
Oh, they'll come down a lot. You watch.
Whatever.
We have
Man.
all the cards. They treated us very unfairly.
We get a new higher candle
They
here.
sell us
I'll
13
trail it.
million cars. We sell them none.
All right.
They sell us their agricultural
Start trailing
products.
this
We
thing.
sell them virtually none. They don't take our products.
Yep,
Gives
baby.
us all the cards.
Yep. There we go.
And very unfair.
There we go.
So
Keep
they're
on
gonna have
pumping,
to pay
baby.
more for healthcare,
Keep
and we're gonna
on
have to pay
pumping.
less. That's all it
Keep
is.
on pumping.
Believe it or not, because it's really the world we're talking about, not just the European Union, but because
It's a great combination of price action and the fibs.
The numbers are.
I think that's a great combination.
The healthcare company, not as bad as you would think. They'll make the same. I think the healthcare companies should make.
And this is the kind of the mental gymnastics that you kind of have to do with the Nasdaq. I mean,
it's just a redistribution of wealth. It's a redistribution where it could be the same top line, but it's going to be distributed differently. Europe's going to.
The bears should have held 805, but for whatever reason they didn't.
A bit more, and America's going to pay a lot less.
They should have held 805, but they didn't.
It's a much smaller population than when you think of the whole world.
Isn't that interesting? They did actually short it though.
Basically, what we're doing is equalizing.
They did actually short it at the.
Which I think is
well, I can actually cancel this one because I'm not using it anymore.
Pay the same. We're
but
going to pay what Europe's going to pay. We're going to.
They did actually short it at the 618 on this.
I would be willing to sacrifice.
Let me see how many points that was. 820.
But it's called most.
So 820 minus
we're going to pay the lowest
783.
That
was a 37-point play.
We will get whoever is paying the lowest price. That's the price that we're going to get. So remember that. So we're no longer paying 10 times more than another country. Whoever is paying the lowest price, we will look at that price and we will say that's the price we're going to pay. Most favored nations. That's what it is. One breast
it's gonna probably come.
Drug
it's gonna probably reject that. Okay.
Over $16,000 per bottle. But the same drug from the same factory, manufactured by the same company,
is it to sell stops, right?
And 1/10 that price in Sweden. 1/10 for the identical.
I understand, NQ.
Product.
I get it.
A common asthma drug costs almost
all in all,
here in America.
I mean, this is just a runner.
It costs less than $40 in the United Kingdom.
I've made double my maximum daily profit today.
In the United Kingdom, which is where this
so I'm happy about that.
A small amount.
Moving forward, I will not be trading Nasdaq in my funded futures account.
Versus
gold took that account out with the quickness. I mean, not gold, not the Nasdaq. My plan was I was going to use one account for gold and one account for Nasdaq. Man, if I'm not trading like 3 micro contracts on that account, man, that account is just gone. That shit was gone instantly with that drop.
Like I do. I mean, I've gotten to know this system so well.
I lost 2 trades with gold, and 1 trade brought me right back to maximum daily profit. Gold kind of did me dirty this morning. It literally ticked me out and then went in my direction this morning. But I told myself that I was not going to go tilt.
I chose that we had to make it work. I had to make it as good as
possible. And I was able to get those wins back.
I had a choice. I could have let it fail or make it as good as possible.
All right, so I'm up $3,100 today.
But it survived.
I'm going to call that.
We did the right thing. But this makes makes everything work. And I don't want to have
I was only supposed to make $1,800 today, but
because of the fact I was able to cut drug prices by 80 or 90%.
I'm not going to close a trade if it's still good.
Maybe come up with something. I think this gives the Republicans a chance to actually do a health care that's much better than Obamacare.
Yeah, I know.
And for less money, which if you guys would work on that along with Congress. But I do want to say that Democrats could have done this a long time ago. They have fought like hell for the drug companies, and they knew they were doing the wrong thing. And it's going to be very hard.
Like I was kind of playing around with the fibs all weekend.
The leader and the speaker that it's going to be very hard for the Democrats.
I mean, we can look on the ES because I was just playing around with it because I was like, you know what?
the greatest tax cuts in history, greatest everything. But now you have the big
If I
drug
can just
prices
kind of
because that's
get
going to
like
be
a
included.
just
It
a
makes that whole
solid fib
situation
and price action
different
strategy and marry those
from a
two
scoring
strategies together
standpoint.
to
I
create
just
a whole
told them, I
brand new
called
one,
them up about this.
this
I
can
said, I'm going to
be
do something that's going to be very monumental. And
it can relieve a lot
given
of
your scoring,
stress
you better
from
tell
trading.
your people
I know
that this is going to score
Santiago
really well.
and
And then
Trader Golded, they use their algos
add
and
hundreds
fibs
of
and stuff
billions
like
of
that.
dollars in
I prefer to
tariffs
stick with price
to the
action,
list
but
also. But as big as the tariffs are, this is
maybe
something
I
that really
should
hits
actually start
quickly.
looking into
5 years ago, I
associating
signed an
fibs and
executive
stuff
order
into
to
my
confront this
trading,
disaster,
just to kind of get an
but
idea of
only
where price
confront it in a
is.
minor way.
And
It was a good confrontation, but never to this extent. And took people a little while to
all right, so
understand the
let's look
very
at that. So
complicated
let's just see
system.
that if we use the
But
fibs
Joe
for the
Biden,
ES
without
today,
any knowledge
I
of what he was
mean,
doing,
if it
terminated
pulled,
the
so I mean,
policy
we did get a
and then
pullback to
pretended to negotiate
the
under a new
golden ratio,
system.
but I
And
mean, we
then
did had to endure
you take a
5
look,
points of
5 out of
drawdown
the 10
before they actually
drugs that he
broke down
negotiated
and then
are
used it
now
as
over
resistance.
200% more expensive in
So
America than the rest
you
of
had
the
to
world, and
endure
far
about
more
5 points of
expensive than
drawdown.
when he even got involved.
But
Much more expensive than when he
this
got
retracement
involved.
right
Joe
here is
Biden's plan was as you
actually
know, because you
better.
wrote
I
about
mean,
it.
they
You don't
actually
say it very loudly, but it was a
pulled
very big
back.
failure. Was his whole presidency.
Shit, I mean,
First, I'm
damn.
directing
Okay.
the U.S. trade representatives and Department of Commerce to begin
I
investigations
mean,
into
they kind
foreign
of pulled
nations
back.
that
I
extort
mean,
drug
they
companies
pulled back.
by blocking their products unless they accept bottom line
They missed the golden
and
fib.
very low
And I'm
dollar
starting to see
amounts for their
that
product,
if they
unfairly
miss,
shifting the cost
so
burden onto
what I'm
American
starting to see is if
patients.
they miss that
And we'll be taking a
retracement,
look at that
they
very
usually
strongly.
bounce
The
it
biggest thing we're
at the
going to do
next
is
one.
we're going to tell
And
those
then you can see
countries,
that
like
this
those
area right here,
represented by
as
the
soon as they
European
broke
Union,
structure,
that
they're using
you
it
know, that game
as
is up. Sorry.
resistance.
And
Ah,
if they
damn,
want
look
to
at
get
that
cute,
gold
then
trade
they don't
still
have to sell
working.
cars into the
Ah,
United
man,
States
look at
anymore.
that gold trade still
It's a very
working.
big subject.
Ah,
And
and then it hit my
they won't
target
get cute
too.
because I'll defend
Oh
the
man, it
drug
hit my
companies from
target.
that standpoint. They were given a price by the European unions and other countries. This is what you do. This is what we're going to pay. We're not going to pay any more. Let America pay the difference because there was a big shortfall. Let America pay it. And that's what we did, but we're not doing it anymore. Next, my administration will secure what we're calling most favored nations drug pricing. The principle is simple. Whatever the lowest price paid for a drug in other developed countries, that is the price that Americans will pay. And we're using the term other developed countries because there are some countries that need
All right,
some
let's see. I mean,
additional help, and that's
we'll
fine. I
see
think that's
we'll see.
very good.
I mean, this is in a sim,
Some prescription drug
so
and
this is a
pharmaceutical
sim trade.
prices will be reduced
I
almost
want to kind of
immediately
test this
by
out
50 to 80 to
with no risk to
90%.
me.
Big pharma will either abide by this principle voluntarily
Price pull
or
back
will
to this
use the
golden
power of the
ratio
federal
zone.
government to ensure that
We'll see if
we are
gold
paying
uses this
the
area
same
as
price as other
resistance.
countries.
We'll see.
To accelerate these price
And
restrictions
if
and
we can get a
reductions, my
good strategy with
administration will
this,
also cut out the
I mean, just think about
middlemen.
all the
We're
easy
going to totally
payouts we
cut
can
out the
start renting
famous
these prop
middlemen.
firms for.
Nobody knows who
Just
they
think
are.
about that.
Middlemen.
I
I've been
mean,
hearing
if
the
you're just
term for
going to align
25
it
years.
with price
Middlemen.
action,
I don't know who
I
they are, but
mean,
they're rich. That I can
you got
tell
a
you.
double top,
We're going to
you
cut
got to
out the
break a
middlemen and
structure down.
facilitate the direct sale of drugs
We got to
at
pull
the most
back
favored
into this
nation
area.
price
So
directly to the
maybe the
American
bulls, the
citizen.
bears want to come
So we're
back and
cutting out,
push
Bobby, the
and
middleman.
retest
It's
that
so
low maybe
important, right?
before going
You got to do
higher.
that. They
I mean,
get
the
they're
price
worse
action
than
is lining up.
the drug
I mean,
companies.
this is
They
a
don't even
double
make a
top,
product, and they make a fortune.
and this is at least a
It's
double
very
top
smart business people that I can tell
after
you.
a break of
Companies
structure.
make no
Because
significant
they sold the
progress toward
retest
most
of the
favored
break of
nation
structure,
pricing, which
and then
will
this could
insist that they
potentially
do. So I
be
think I'm wasting time talking about it. We're going to insist
a
upon it. And we'll insist, and we're going to help
push
the
down.
drug
So
companies with the other nations
we'll
because
see.
those other nations do a lot of trading with us.
We'll
They need our
see.
trade just like China needed us very badly. They need us just as badly. We will do whatever we have to with trade, just like we did some great things with trade with India and Pakistan.
And then honestly,
They
if
helped the
I'm going to take these
situation,
fib
very heated
trades,
situation.
maybe I can reduce
Could have lost
my
millions of people, more
risk
than millions. I mean, many millions of
because
people. And
if this is supposed to
they want to
be
do business with
an
America,
area where people
but we
are
never
going to
used
come in
our
and collectively sell
powers that way. We never
gold,
knew how. We never had people
then
that knew how to
I could
do that.
potentially
We'll
reduce my
also open up
risk.
America's market to safe and legal imports of affordable
So
drugs from other
47,
countries, putting
maybe
dramatic downward pressure on prices.
49.4. I can reduce my risk on
And if
this.
necessary, we'll investigate the drug companies and we'll, in particular, investigate the countries that are doing this, and we will add it onto the price that we charge them for doing business in America. In other
Oh
words,
my
we'll add it
God.
on to tariffs if they don't do what is right, which is everybody should equalize. Everybody should say, pay the same price. And special interests may not like this very much, but the American people will. I mean, I am doing this for
Huh.
the American people. I'm doing this against the
Well,
most powerful lobby in the world, probably the drug lobby, drug and pharmaceutical lobby. But it's one of the most important
huh.
orders I think that's ever been signed, certainly with regard to health care or health
Huh.
in the history of our country. And it's an honor
Interesting,
to
huh?
be a part of it. And I'd like to ask
Interesting.
Robert F. Kennedy
Well,
to
let's
say a
see if we
few
can get a
words, please.
retest of
Thank
this
you.
low, man. And then we can see if we get a break of structure.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is this.
No disrespect to him, but I don't want to listen to him talk. All right. Hey, well, shit, there's more sim money for me then, huh? That means that's more money for me. Just because you showed it with you. Oh, fuck that, man. All right, well, there goes our first target. What a beautiful trade, huh? Oh, you gotta love gold, man. Okay. I mean, shit, you didn't even have to use the fibs on this. I mean, gold doesn't, I mean, the fibs definitely helped. I'm not going to sit here and say that it did not. But I mean, this is gold. You literally have a break of structure right here. So, I mean, the fibs really was unnecessary. But I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that, man, that shit was accurate. I mean, but it's literally a break of structure, sell the retest trade. These trades are like 80 to 90% reliable. And that's not financial advice because sometimes they do break depending on market conditions. But that break and that retest trade, man, you can be a millionaire off of that trade. Just trading the break and retest. Classic A plus, S plus setup. Classic. And then especially if the bears hold these EMAs right here, especially that 21 EMA, we should see another leg down. We should see one. But if they don't hold it, well, all right, so let's see. Honestly, I should have taken that trade in my my funded futures account. Let me actually do that. I should have just taken it in that account. I wasn't even thinking about it. I took that shit in the sim. I could have took it into my could have took that shit in my other account. I wasn't thinking. Oh crap. Let's look at the Nasdaq real quick. Oh shit. Well shit. Good thing we got out, huh? Good thing we got out of that trade. Good thing we got out of that trade with the Nasdaq. That was definitely a good trade though. I'm thinking that we could probably see 725 on gold. 725 maybe. Actually, let me look at the yeah, like 725, potentially 695. So a range between 725, 695 is where I'm looking for the Nasdaq to bounce. Hey, I'm in this thing for a short time game wait, not a long time. How's that saying go? Hold on. I'm not the type. Hold on. Damn, how did I oh yeah, I'm not the type to get involved in long relationships. There you go. I'm not the type to get involved in long relationships. I get it quick. I'm in and I'm out. if you want romance, you might as well stick who you already with. But if you're in that mood, you can hit me on that late night tip. And that's who I am with the Nasdaq and gold. It's like, yo, come get this. Shit, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm about to come get that. I'm on my way. Yeah, gain weight. Yeah, gold is nasty, man. Gold is definitely nasty. I'm definitely keeping my definitely being careful. The one thing that gold is teaching me is if you don't stop out, you might as well just have a funeral for that account if you don't stop out, because she will just keep going. She ain't coming back. You might as well just have a funeral for that account. So if you don't stop out, well, hey. But I mean, the good thing about gold is that you can stop out. I mean, you don't have to feel bad about getting stopped out on gold. I mean, if you're risking $200-$300 of risk per trade on gold, if you're just trading one contract based on your size, you talk about gold investor Z? Hell yeah. Yeah, gold is nasty, dude. I mean, man, she'll just take your damn money and she ain't gonna care. I want to get back to, so I really want to get back to having an 18-point stop on gold. I really want to get back to an 18-point stop on gold. It says Brobner won't work. Baby, please. Please, baby, please. She doesn't even respond to that. Okay. Well, I mean, shit, that was a good trade. I'm profitable. Even though I got stopped out, I'm profitable. You know, it's so cute how it's always so cute how these fibs just seem to freaking work no matter what the hell you do. And this is how you know this is all algorithmic. There is nothing random about the market. When they say that the markets are efficient, they're talking about mathematically. These things are efficient. They're definitely efficient, man. Definitely. Well, you know what? Fine. I'm a shit. We practicing, so why not? We practicing, so why not? The one thing gain weight that I don't like about gold is this right here. I hate that shit so much. Oh my God. Oh, I hate that shit so much. I was just about to say I don't like this shit about gold is that she will not fill all my orders. She will not fill all my damn orders, man. All right, man. Honestly, I don't even know what the hell I just did just now. I don't know what I just did. Yeah, I don't know where this thing is anchored off of. Hey, Gold, I don't need you to come back. You could have hit them 10 damn limits right there. Nasty. Nasty. You could have hit them limits first and then come back and refill these damn things. You ain't had to do all that. Anybody asked you to do that shit. Why? Smith just sent me a message saying that he's going to try trade day. And I'm like, why? Why? I mean, says stop price can't be changed above the market. Well, shit. I mean, oh shit. I just realized something. I just realized something on gold. They're making higher highs and higher lows. Hmm. Shit, hey. So yeah, this is the one thing. So actually, let me look at this because I think. Oh no, it missed this thing by like it missed it. But the one issue that I was having with gold gain weight or that I'm running into with micro gold is that it does not fill all my orders as soon as it touches the limit. I need to have price literally run through it to have it fill my limits. But if it taps it, it's only going to fill only a few of them, and I don't understand why it does that. I understand it's not a high liquid instrument, but I should be able to get my targets, filled. Should be. At least I feel like I should. Yeah, gold is not that liquid. Let me actually take these off my chart because I don't want to look at Bitcoin. I mean, there's more liquidity in micro gold, so it's like, well, why the hell did it not fill it? I mean, but it's just a constant issue that I'm always dealing with gold now for whatever reason. So, all right, well, damn, gold is like that. Shit. Mm. Mm. Yeah, gold likes to go like 2 points sometimes. Sometimes it likes to go 2 points. Mm. So I wonder if they're gonna do like any size. Actually, I'll just have the. So I'm gonna have a because it looks like they want to do a an expert account. It looks like they want to give away an expert account. So let me see if I can kind of get a 50K. I have a 50K ready, but my feelings are hurt if my feelings will be hurt if he says that you can get any size. But I don't think they're gonna give away a 150K expert account for free. So I think they're gonna kind of keep it at a 50. So I'm gonna keep that ready. All right, so yeah, they're definitely doing a 50K then. All right, let me get my Twitter fingers ready. You say you started buying. Is Nasdaq pumping right now? Uh, I don't want no damn 30% off no damn expert account. I don't know damn 30%. 68. A 38. So you'll be paying. You'll get $70 off of if you get a 50K. Uh, oh shit! Did it touch my level? So I was looking for 695 and 720. So if 725 and 695. So we got price to break below 67. All right. So we got price to break below 725. We got it to break. And this is the one thing that I keep seeing when I back test with Nasdaq. And this is kind of why with smaller accounts with the Nasdaq, if you're not trading micros, this is the one thing that you have to worry about is she will break a level. She'll pop right back out, stop everybody else that's at this level, come right back, and then use this level as a launch pad once she stopped everybody out. So having like a 50-point stop on the NASDAQ, especially in today's market, is probably the most ideal, depending on how you want to trade her. And they definitely bounced at this fib level. Well, they're not necessarily bounced at it, but did kind of run it a little bit. But honestly, I mean, I guess if you traded the pullback, she stopped you out. But then she pulls back and then uses this level again, and then you got the short. So if you was in this at 820 with a 50-point stop, you would still be in this, obviously. You would still be in this. You said that you were trying to buy that dip, but making reports. All right, gold. I just need you to break. I need you to break down. You know what? So that's actually pretty interesting because that's actually the pattern that I look for. I didn't know that was like a ICT term. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was an ICT term, but honestly, I was taught that that was just the bears failing to push this market higher. Like he says that, well, you got a lower low, the bulls push up, the bears hold that rejection, they push it down, and then they push it right back up. To me, I call that a failure, but I didn't know that was an ICT term. I called it a breaker block. A failure from the bulls to hold that 21 EMA, and then they've pushed right back, taking out the stops of everybody that was shorting this market. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Well, uh, but you can see that pattern all the time on the Nasdaq, like right here, right here, right here. It's like, yeah, that pattern is, yeah. So I guess, well, so I guess now that's what a. So when I see this pattern, I guess I just know that I guess ICT traders are going to always be buying it. But I mean, I'm gonna buy it anyway because obviously it's the bears failing to push it lower. Obviously. Gold. So all right, gold. So it looks like you just don't want to it looks like you don't want to take my targets. It looks like gold is trending down though. Does look like gold is trending. At least this leg right here is trending. Let me look at the higher time frame of gold. Yeah, I mean it does look like gold wants to kind of reject. I mean, we did get price coming right back up into this value area low right here where we got this breaker structure. So this could be the bears trying to take this thing lower now. Hit that target, baby. Hit that target fill, baby. Target fill. All right, target filled. Even Bitcoin. Actually, let me look at Bitcoin real quick. Let me look at Bitcoin. Yeah, it seems like the whole market. I mean, after, well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. I think the big money is waiting for retail to get in and try to buy the dip on this. I think the market is waiting for retail, the big money, the smart money, because you got to think about what happened today. We had Trump news over the weekend. We had this massive gap up. Oh shit! Look at that. Look at that. I mean, man, it always amazes me when price does this shit. It always amazes me, man. It always does. It literally stopped right there at that trend line. It literally bounced right at that trend line. That always amazes me when that happens. Literally amazes me. But I mean, we have price gap up. We almost got the 21K. We were literally 9 points away, 8.50, 8 and 2 ticks points away from getting to 21,000. And now we're starting to see price sell off a little bit. I think everybody that has gotten out obviously at this high. And as it goes lower, obviously retail is going to buy this. I mean, why wouldn't you? You see this big bullish engulfing candle. I think we need to have at least a retracement. And then we got this big giant gap right here. So we have to ask the question, is the market going to leave this gap and go higher? Or will we see profit taking, price fills this gap, and then we see a move back up? It's what is the market going to do here? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. And you said 4.9? Yeah. So yeah, I think retail is just going to get clapped here. I mean, they have to. I mean, who else is going to get clapped? The institutions? They ain't going to. I mean, shit. That's why we're allowed to play this game. We're a liquidity to them. That's why we're allowed to play it. Yeah. Yeah. And I think I know what day you're talking about. I think I know what day you're talking about because we was looking at that shit last night. We was looking at it last night. Uh, yeah, you say April 9th? Yeah, I knew you was talking about that day. Oh, yeah, I knew it. That 2,600 point pump. And then as soon as the market opens, you get a 1,400. All right, so I'm up on my gold play in my MFF account. Yeah, so I'm just going to stick with MFF or gold or not gold. Um, yeah, I'm just going to stick with gold on my MFF account. I'm up 1,400. I'm just going to take that for the day and just be done. I'm up 1,400. I'll be done for the day. I'm not going to go back in, nothing else. All right. So yeah, so I kind of knew he was talking about that day. 2,600 points up. We open up the next session. Obviously, retail saw this 2,600 point pump, thinking, oh yeah, I need to get into this long. Became liquidity. And then once everybody was out of their longs, we had a 752 point push. And then we opened up the next day with a 500 point drop. 700 point pop, 5 drop, 6 pop. And just to imagine all this money that was made in this 1 week was crazy. Crazy the amount of money that was made and lost in this 1 week. The amount of movement that happened, my bad, in this week right here. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, I know, man. That's why I like to keep the data. That's why I keep this data and I just track it because we also talked about this last night. If I didn't track this data, I wouldn't have. I mean, who thought that last week was a bearish week? As much bullishness as we got last week was bearish. Let's actually look at that again. Last week was bearish. Last week we had a bearish week last week, but you can't tell nobody that. You can't tell the bulls that last week was bearish because of how aggressive they were, but every single day ended in a red day except for one. Except for one day. So last week was for the bears, but it didn't feel that way. All right, so we're up 9 points on this gold short. And I think it's not a surprise that it's bouncing here at this pivot point. Yeah, I don't know where I got this anchored at. Yeah, I got this anchor right there. Should have made a 100% move. And then it came right back down and retested this low. We actually might see a push here. So honestly, well, I'm not going to tell nobody how to trade their account, but this is classic price action. We have a move back into a previous area of resistance. The bears just completed their objective and taken out that double bottom low right there. The bears have completed their objective already. So we could actually see a bounce here. So if you're in this short with gold, it's your account, but I would highly look to actually get out of it. Look for a decent area or trail it. Because I could be wrong, but usually the bears are looking for a double bottom of a strong move down, and they're taking their profits here at this double bottom. So just be mindful of that. This thing actually came back, 805. Let's see. I'm in the sim, so I'm gonna take this trade because I think I was actually looking at 805 for the market to come back and kind of reject. I kind of want to see if that's what we'll get here. $832. All right, let's see if this thing will be nice to me and pull back and tag me into this. I wasn't really paying attention to the Nasdaq, so I missed this trade, but oh. Yeah. So what was it looking for, Trader Golded? What was it looking for? Is this what accounts do you have again? You said you had a Bull Knox account? Oh, Top Step? Yeah. I guess I think I may have missed it. think I may have missed it here. Give them out. All right, so we're gonna give out. You're gonna give out a. I don't think they're gonna give an expert account for free. I don't think they're gonna give it for free, and not an expert. They'll probably give the starter accounts for free, but not an expert account for free. Starter plus. Dude, say what the hell you're gonna give. Shit. Man. Ah, man. Oh man. Man. I don't want this account. Man, this account sucks. All right. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with gold, man. Stick with gold. Mm. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I was like, dude, they're not giving no expert account for free. I mean, the whole point of them taking away the starter accounts was because as good of a value that those were, that's all people were buying. I mean, only a few people were buying experts. I mean, when you really look at it, the starter accounts were the easiest path to pay out in the prop firm industry, in my opinion. The 150Ks were like how much? Like 250 or something with no activation fee at the end of it. Bro, that's like the best value that you can get. The best value in my opinion. The 50Ks were only $80. How can you beat a deal like that? Why would you buy any other account when I can get an $80 account and my first payout is guaranteed to be $1,200? You basically 12, 11 extra money, 13 extra money, 14, 15 extra money. You literally 16 extra money. How, like, it never, it's like, honestly, I was like, well, shit, if they're going to sell this, I'm going to keep buying it and I'm going to keep taking their money. But you literally get 16 times your investment with the 50K starter account. And it forces you to take profits. It forces you to be mindful about how much you lose. You know that the only thing you'll lose is $1,200. If you're wrong and if you go on tilt, you know that you can come back the next day and get that money back. And if you blow up your funded account, you can get another $80 account, potentially pass it in one day, and then try again. It's like, it was the best thing in the world. It's still available. It's just is more expensive. But it made sense for them to get rid of the 100 and the 150K starter accounts and focus more on the expert accounts. It just made sense. Business wise, it made sense, but it just sucks. It sucks. All right. Well, I mean, we can kind of look at that. I think I'm going to delete ES forever. I don't want to trade ES. I just don't. I don't want to trade this instrument. I just don't want to trade it. I mean, the ES has been respecting the fibs. She definitely has been respecting it. I'm not going to sit here and say that she has not. But I just don't want to trade her. Shit. 37. 37. 10 points right here. 27. It bounces. So this is a 17-point play from this level right here. That's 17 points. It pushes back up. I mean, even if my target was kind of down here, I would have to endure this. If I wanted 20 points for 3 more points, I had to endure a full pullback past my break even, 3 points in drawdown just to get my target hit down here, just to get a hit. If I had a 20 point, but I mean, 10 points is good on the ES. 17 points is damn good on ES. That is damn good. I mean, shit. You might as well open up a freaking, you might as well open up a trade room if you're getting 17 points consistently on the ES. I mean, we can do that over here all day, but it's just unfortunately the ES sucks, so I don't like trading it. Damn, really? Huh. Oh, so you said Trader Go to say you have a total of 20 and only use 6? Hey, yo, what's up, Santiago? What's up, man? Yo, Santiago was in that trade last night. Actually, I wasn't even watching it. Were you able to? Did you get out of that trade before it popped all the way up? Actually, that's the Nasdaq. That's the ES. Did you get out of that trade last night? Yeah. I made some profit. That's good to hear, man. Yeah. I feel like maybe. I feel like maybe somewhere down the line I'll be comfortable copy trading the Nasdaq. I can. I'll probably start copy trading gold though. I'll probably start copy trading gold. Gold is somewhat predictable, and my with price action combined with these fibs, I can kind of be confident in taking certain trades. But oh shit, I made a mistake. Never mind, I made a mistake here. I shouldn't have done that. But I am in the sim, so I will keep it open. I made a mistake though. I shorted the Nasdaq at a trend line, and we know that shit don't work. We know that this shit does not work on the Nasdaq. We know that. We know that. We know that this shit does not work on no Nasdaq. Bears get trapped at trend lines. Bears get trapped at trend lines. Always remember that shit. Bears get trapped at trend lines. The Nasdaq rarely shorts off of them. She rarely does. Rarely. Hold on. Where was I just at? Yeah, I think that was right there. That was my bad though. That was definitely my bad. I shouldn't have taken that short on Nasdaq. Not a no damn trend line. There's something else that I was thinking about. I mean, we talk about geometry on these charts all the time, and look at this nice acute angle that price is respecting, and it makes me think, when we're in high school or when we're in school, and then people they confidently say, "When am I ever going to use this in the real world?" And then I think, well, I guess if you want to be an engineer, mathematician, a profession where it requires you to use your mind to actually make money in this world, yeah, you're going to be using math, graphs, percentages, statistics. I have to work with that crap all damn day. But if you want to be someone that doesn't use their mind to make money as a profession, I mean, even in some trades, plumbers, they got to know at least geometry and angles and all that stuff. Welders. But I guess if you just kind of want to go to work, well, then, yeah, you won't use math. And I feel that, like, when people say that, it kind of shows, like, with someone that understands how things work and they hear that, because now when I hear that, it's like, huh, okay. So you just kind of told me that you don't, at least you're not in a profession where you don't use your mind to make money. Because I'm using math all the damn time. Even when I'm trading, we're using math. We're using fib levels. We're using angles. We're using trend lines, slopes, angles, all that crap. All day long as we trade. All day long. But yeah, I was just thinking about that last night. I was playing with these fibs all damn night, trying to see if I can kind of get like a reliable strategy that I can combine with my price action, especially on this damn Nasdaq. I'm still looking for, so if price finds support here, price might actually go through 805 and I might actually get filled at my 830 target. It might go up to 840, maybe 850. But price is obviously in a downtrend. So I know right now that the bulls kind of makes it feel like they got it, but the overall structure is bearish. It is bearish. Actually, I apologize. The overall structure is bullish, but this leg, the structure of this leg is bearish. We would need to break above 850 and find support above 850 to have a quote unquote change of character. She not innocent. Hmm. Let's see. Hmm. 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 All right. Okay. So this is the range that the market is using right now. So we need to have price break above this range. It needs to break above 830 because this is the range that they're using right now. Yeah, that's the range that they're using. You can see that they tried to come back and buy. They failed to hold, and then they came back and used this range as resistance, and then they broke above it, and then they broke down below it again. But these lows are still intact, though. Or actually, never mind. They're not. Not bad. They broke down underneath this low. The bears failed to hold that retest. Price came right back into this range. Hmm. Oh, no, I'm in the trade right now? Am I in gold or something? Oh, okay. I'm selling my gold trade. I was like, am I selling the trade? All right, I'm still in gold. All right, so it looks like we did see that bounce. I mean, it kind of made sense that we saw this bounce here. And this is why I told y'all guys to, if you're in this shit short with gold, just think about taking your profits off at these lows because the bears have already completed their rotation here. They've already completed it. You got a strong move down from the highs. You have price grinding back up, retesting, and because the bears were able to hold that off and the bulls weren't able to break above and hold, the bears were able to complete their objective and to get a double bottom of that low right there. So the bears were able to complete their objective and they took their profits here as we're seeing this bounce back up. But they came back in. If we can get price to break above that high right there, if we can get a break, come back, and the bulls buy that retest right there, we can potentially see a move back up to retest this high, to retest these highs right here. And potentially get price to come back up here and retest that low at 57 on gold, where that low right here at 57, I think this is potentially where the bulls are trying to get to, potentially. 2575. 2575. All right, so that was that low. We saw price break below that. We saw the bulls miss this low by literally a point. And gold could potentially try to come back. Or actually, no, it didn't. By 5 points, about like 5 points. Apologize for that miscommunication. About like 5 points, 4 or 5 points. So I'm thinking that if price does tap this area, we should see a rejection. I don't know if the bears are going to be able to reject it, but with this strong move down, either they're going to reject it at that low, or we're going to see it reject at this one. 6263. 6263. 6263. 6263. All right, so I'm going to be looking for price to come back into this range right here. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Have this project out into the future, probably until like Friday, and see what happens. We'll see what happens when price gets there. Trader Golded says, all right, so he said that he posted in the Discord. Let's actually look at the. Okay, so this is what Trader Golded showed last night. Apparently, I didn't know that there was a Fibonacci pivot points on Ninja Trader 8. And you're saying this is how much the algos have made? Wow, 16K. That's pretty cool. And how many contracts is on? You said one contract? This is oh crap. This is my bad. Profits. I got some algos on ES. You want to see them? I have some on gold. Post on Discord. You copy trade. You make sure you keep. Yeah. Apex has definitely told us the truth in that. Apex has definitely told us the truth. They definitely have, in terms of buying multiple accounts and copy trade them and copy trading them. So your gold algo made 147,000. Yeah. So what is it looking for on gold? Are you just trading highs and lows? I think I got my target hit on gold, I think. Yeah, I got my target hit. Okay. Cool. 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 Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is actually with gold here, I'll probably keep the tick chart on gold. So okay, so I mean, honestly, I don't particularly care for ES. I mean, right now it's kind of taking up space, but I'll keep ES on the charts at least for now. At least for now. At least for now. But I definitely do not care for. I don't care for it. Hmm. 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 Man, shit, if we can do this. Yeah, I guess I'll check up on this. 252.4. 252.4. Hmm. All right, so we'll see. This is a great not a great opportunity, but we'll see what happens here. This is a breaker structure, and this will be a pullback to that golden zone. So we'll see if we can get a rejection here. Not a reversal, but a rejection. Oh, I was looking for breakouts. Okay. I'm looking for trends breakouts. Yeah, that's definitely true. That is definitely true. Well, shit, a good trade would have been right here. A good trade would have been right there. Hmm. Like I said, I think, well, that's a V bottom. So we taking the, well, we'll see. We'll see what the market does here. Because technically this is a range. It swept the liquidity underneath the range. And then we saw a big bullish move up. I mean, eventually the bulls are going to take over and break it back up to the upside eventually, right? Uh-oh. The Nasdaq trading like a senior citizen again. The Nasdaq trading like she's a senior citizen again. But I mean, it makes sense. The bulls wanted to kind of get away from this trend line, and they were able to get away from it. And now they have all this open space. They have all this open space now. All right, so let's see if we can get a rejection from here. We'll see. Yeah, I think so too, Griff. I really do. I feel like maybe if the Bears can have one last hurrah, they'll probably pull it right back down. I'll probably get one target hit. If I'm lucky, I'll get two. But I think the market is about to set up for a blast here. I think it's about to set up. But yeah, we should see that rejection here because I mean, like I said, this is not the Nasdaq. This is gold. It's not going to just break past this area of resistance without seeing a rejection. we definitely gonna have to see what they do here at this EMA. We definitely have to see how they react here at this EMA, because this is an opportunity now for the bulls to buy off of it. And if they can hold that EMA, and we can probably see a break, a pullback, and then they hold, and then we can see a move higher. But that's the one thing that we can always guarantee on gold. Or I wouldn't say that word guarantee. The correct term I want to use is highly likely with gold. You're not going to see a breakout of highs without price action, unless we got news, or unless we get the 8 o'clock liquidity injection. You're just not going to see it. It's highly unlikely. And in the one chance that it does, you do get stopped out. Getting back in, because I mean they'll probably try to break out, but then 9 times out of 10 they'll fail. So if you just get back in, you can get your money back and then be in profit. And that's why I'm starting to really enjoy trading gold, because it's like I said, I lost 2 trades this morning in gold, and my third trade I was able to get back all my money plus my maximum daily profit for the day. So I was happy about that. I made one mistake on Nasdaq and that account was fucking DLL'd. One mistake. So I only have one opportunity to trade on a smaller account. And as you can see, shit, I'm up $2,000 in this account. And my other account, I'm up 3,100. So it's like, with these bigger accounts, I'll trade Nasdaq. And on the smaller accounts, I'll trade gold. Because we got a perfect damn entry on that fib just using the fibs for an entry, combining it with price action. Get that. Look at that. Hit that target. Look at that. Let me see. Ah, shit. Ah, damn it. Didn't hit this. Didn't hit that one. All right, so we got that first target. Nope, it didn't hit it. Didn't hit it. Actually, am I in my Nasdaq? Yeah, I'm not senior citizen Nasdaq. All right. Senior citizen Nasdaq. Yeah, it didn't pull back. So, I mean, every time it made a new low. I mean, technically. And then that shit still worked too. That damn thing still worked. That's crazy. Still work, man. You gotta love math. You gotta love math, dude. That's crazy. Things still work. It still work. Okay. All right. I'm looking forward to reject here. I'm looking forward to reject at 85 or 805. I'm looking for a rejection here. Because we got price. I mean, okay, so all right. So, and this is kind of why I'm looking for it in that area. I mean, we'll see, because this is the Nasdaq we're trading, and she doesn't necessarily respect price action right away. But we got a strong move up. So we got this range right here. We got a strong push up. They pull back to the 21. They try to push it, and then they fail. They break structure right there. And then they pull back up, and then they fail. So I'm thinking, if we can get a retest of somewhere of this high right here, the bears were going to probably come into that. And I think it may have just shortchanged me. Maybe. We'll see. Might have shortchanged me. Smith sent me that same message. He told me to stop hating. I mean, your boy already up. I mean, I'm done for the day. I'm done. I've been done. It was all thanks to gold and not that senior citizen Nasdaq. But I love her though. We can't let her go. We can't let her. We can't let her go. She is a senior citizen, but we're gonna still help her across the street. We're gonna still help her across the street. But all right, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. We definitely made a lot of money. We did have a bad start with that drop on the Nasdaq. But I will say that instead of going tilt, and this is what I'm very proud of. This is what I've been kind of working on all weekend, just imagining myself in this situation. And if I found myself in a situation where my trades don't work, I'm not going to move my stop and I'm not going to trade on tilt. If y'all guys were with me last night, we was up $1,700 last night. The Nasdaq took all that shit away from me. I think I was only up, 66. So after I got stopped out, I lost $1,600. I only had $66 left. And I told myself, you know what? I'm not going to go tilt. I'm just going to wait for the next setup, retake it, and we'll just move from there. And because of that, even though I lost $1,600, I'm ended the day being up $3,100 in that account. And then we got into the sim, did the same thing, and we're up $2,400 right now. So this is the style of trading that I kind of want to stick to moving forward, not trading on tilt. I want to not trade on tilt at all for the rest of the year and forever, and just accept the loss, reevaluate what may have went wrong in the trade, take mental notes, and just keep moving forward. That's how I want to, move forward. But I am in this one, so we'll see if the bears will come in. I may have to actually. This may actually go a little bit higher. But if not, then I'm okay with this initial position. So we'll see what happens. But all right, guys, we'll definitely come back later on tonight, and we'll definitely look for more ways to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody.